Hello, and welcome to Around the Blases. My name is Riley Hopkins. I'm going to be in this show, and I edited it, but that's just the thing I want to tell you about. This is not a live show. This is pre-recorded. We did this so this could best fit our schedules, and we could better edit things in, and this is our first time doing it, so we want to do everything as perfect as possible. That being said, since our first time doing it, there are some mistakes that happened. One of them being my audio didn't get picked up very clearly, so we've added captions in. The captions I've gone through, they were generated, but then I went through them and tried to clean them all up. There might still be some mishmash there, but hopefully it'll help you figure out who's saying what and what's saying who. Secondarily, I will be in the chat watching with y'all, so if you have questions or anything you want us to address next time, say it in there, and I'll write it down on my little notebook right here. But other than that, I hope you have a great time. Thank you, and the world of sports is a dangerous and unforgiving place, and we're here to make sense of it all. So, welcome to Around the Blases. Hello, my name is Riley Hopkins. My pronouns are he and they, and I am here to lead a team of wonderful individuals around the Blases. I can't do this myself, and so I need to invite people here to talk about the season N1 that just came past us. So let me share with you who I have. First off, on my far left, Time Warp.
Hey, what's up? I'm Time Warp. He, him pronouns. Big fan of the Breath Mints. You can find my music on Bandcamp, but I'm not going to introduce the link so early.
Next, our docket. Next on the docket from the wonderful land of Baltimore, we have Emma.
Hi there, everyone. I'm Emma, also known as Crab Money. Any pronouns, and the Baltimore Crabs will live forever.
It certainly seems that way. Next on the docket, we have Cam.
Hello. My name's Cam, he, him pronouns. We stand the breath mints in this house that is literally located in Kansas City. Thank you.
Woo! And then finally, on my far side here, Claudia.
Hey, I'm Claudia, she, her, or plural they, them pronouns. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
And I guess I didn't say it. I am a firefighter, and I am in constant suffering.
You're a fighter, not a lover.
They don't really seem like a fighter right now either, to be fair.
More of a fire, just
yeah,
on fire.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to it. I have to my left a little docket of time and the segments broken out here that we're gonna be getting to today, and we're going to check in with each team, and the firefighters are on there, much to my own chagrin. But we will get there. So let's actually start this off really quickly with a check-in. Emma, how are the crabs doing? Are crabs good?
Crabs are okay. Crabs could be worse. Crabs almost made it to the playoffs, which would have been very, very funny. But what's most important right now is that crabs are flat, which means we are really getting back to our roots here. Flat crabs were well known in the beta of Blaseball as the team all having the exact same amount of stars in every category. And we are a flat 3 stars right now, baby.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the list right now to show the season wins right here. Crabs are, let's see, where are you listed here on my wonderful list? You're listed
are 4th and awful good.
5 overall in the good league, 4th in the awful good. Not terrible. Do you have a standout? Did you win any blessings? I didn't listen.
So we did win a blessing. We were the winners of Steel Best Batter.
Okay.
Which means we now have Tierra Wigdout.
Oh.
Tierra Wigdout, who is from a prehistory team originally, actually.
Oh, the fucking forklifts or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, yeah,
The excavators.
That's it. Excavator. Sorry, my wrong certification was live.
Yeah.
Yep. But Tierra is a 5-star batter, so we are hoping things are gonna get good.
Everything's gonna come up Millhouse there. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see y'all come together. Does anyone have any thoughts immediately on the crabs?
Yeah, Emma, I was wondering if there were, any standout performances from any Crabs players you felt like highlighting.
Yes.
Either positive or negative. I've
Parker McMillan is bad. And it's so incredibly exciting.
He's definitely not good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure isn't.
As the recipient of another Parker from Baltimore, I'm beginning to worry that there's just a plague there.
It was truly, truly hilarious to receive Parker McMillan of destroyed many teams with fire fame, and then he's just eating shit every play. He is
You love to see
not
it, really.
having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is his hell a little bit, isn't it? It's just
It is.
coming
Yeah.
out and like, all right, I'm in the world that I destroyed. Let's get it going, and just
Mhm.
you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you blow.
Mhm.
Oh, all right. So that's my check. That's our little check in with the with the crabs. And so I take it to my breath mints friends. Are you
Hello.
fresh or are you death?
Say we're still fresh.
Yeah. Feeling pretty optimistic.
Only team in the all of Chaotic Good with a positive record this season.
Yeah. By like a pretty good margin too.
Yeah, by a worrying margin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
What was
honest.
the final margin? Actually, I'm pulling it up.
We finished 61-29. Second place was the San Francisco Lovers with 40-50.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
blue
it's
sky.
a little
isn't it?
much. Yes, it sure is.
Pretty fresh.
I had one rule this season, and it was vote on the Wild Wings, the Sunbeams, the Mints, and then whoever was facing the Firefighters, and that tended to work pretty well.
Yeah.
That was my
Yep.
strategy as well.
Yeah.
Did you have any standouts? Anything of note that you wanted to show? Y'all went into the playoffs proper.
We did.
We did. And then
And
we
then
got
in-
swept by the Shoe Thieves.
Yeah, in true Kansas City fashion, we immediately left the playoffs. But
Just there to visit.
you know, we just like to show up, have a good time, let people know that we're still here. Yeah, we didn't get any blessings either, which is like I'm not too bummed out about it because we did pretty all right normally. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling pretty good.
I don't think we need blessings for at
Yeah.
least a season or so to have a chance at the championship.
Yes, it was like much more of a nice to have and not a need to have kind of
Yeah.
a thing for us.
Yeah.
You haven't been ravaged like the Wild Wings have at this point.
Yeah, we
No.
just kind of got out of this just like John Travolta just looking around being like, what just happened? Like, what's going on here?
And thank
we're just-
God, because we've got the home run leader in the whole league on
Is
our
that
Yeah.
team.
true? Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, Stretch Sutton finished the season with 31 homers, better than everyone else.
That is what leader means. You did hit the nail on the head there.
And then in other redundant statements, our pitching is phenomenal, as pretty much always. We do have the league walks and hits per inning pitched leader, Plums Blather, who has a really impressive 0.59 walks and hits for every inning.
God damn.
So, yeah, you usually won't get it on base when you're facing Plums.
Well, I don't get on base ever, so for what it's absolutely worth. I'm pulling up right now to bring on the screen some of the stats that we're working with here for the Mints. And I do see a lot more green on here than I am used to seeing as far as the overall stat spread.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
That's my hot take is like, yeah, this is pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
good to have good stats.
Yeah, numbers good actually.
No. Yeah. But even though we've got the home run leader, believe it or not, we do still need to fix the Mints offense. Not the offensively productive team that you would hope
Yeah.
for a playoffs appearance.
I mean, defense wins championships, so maybe do you have it there? Is that where the goal is?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the
With
stats.
any luck.
I'm looking at the stats. Your overall defense is a little bit more yellow than it is green on the
Yeah.
Saber player attributes sheet that I have here. So,
Yeah, I would love to. Like that was definitely the one thing I wanted to see from the blessings. I know that like a lot of Breath Mints fans were kind of wanting to rally behind some of the stuff that's just like, hey, free defense stats, because that is definitely, I think, the spot that we need to improve a little bit more. But we didn't get anything. Nothing happened to us, so I'm just like, all right, let's run it back, I guess. Sure,
Play it again, Sam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, as we're talking about teams that had a, frankly, good season, there's a team that had a great opening. Hey, Claudia, how are the Lovers? I want to do a San Fran check-in right now. How you doing over there?
Lovers are okay. This wasn't the best season for us. Like you said, it started out really strong. I woke up one day and on Monday to a message from you saying, Claudia, congrats, Lovers good. And I got so excited. We kind of oscillated between a winning and losing record, eventually settling on a losing one. But honestly, not terrible. We finished 40-50.
You are second in the chaotic good, which is...
Exactly. Yeah. And something like, 9th overall, which I believe is still the top half.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I too believe. Yeah,
it's passing grade.
There you are.
Yeah, exactly. Hey.
Yeah, actually 15th overall. 15th overall.
Oh, well, can't win them all.
It's fine.
That's lover attitude that I
need. We also had a 25-inning game.
Yeah. Yes, that happened.
That was
and
wild.
then we lost. We lost by 1. But
the one
it's so good to have still. Just a whole game of making out with the other team.
Any players that stood out to you on the Lovers? Anyone that you're looking at in your new Lovers lineup and you're like, this is the person that will lead us? Okay.
So for people that I'm really looking at, I'm looking at Kiki Jr., who every time I was watching, she was hitting real well. My personal boy, Sherbert Beg, also every time I was watching, doing pretty great. Mm-hmm. As for negatives, I do have to give a personal shout out to Blimp Hardison. We at the Lovers considered going for the yeet blessings so that we could send Blimp into the sky. But unfortunately, we got no blessings at all, which was also disappointing to wake up to. Yeah. But, maybe next season. I think every team has probably gotten better, or almost every team as a result of blessings. So I'm sure that we're going to do maybe a lot worse. But, sometimes the dice fall in our favor regardless. So who knows?
Well, it's super fun that you say that, actually, that nearly every team got blessings, nearly every team, got better. Hi.
Yeah,
my name is Riley Hopkins.
have any,
I'm a fan of Chicago Firefighters, and life is pain.
Yeah, how you doing there, champ? How you doing there, bud?
There was a while there where we were perfectly mimicking the Wild Wings score, but in reverse, where the Wild Wings were like 9-57 or 57-9, and we were 9-57. A beautiful balance. I look back to when the Firefighters were cheering for losses because we were like, yay! And then relegation dropped, and we were like, no! It got scary in there.
Yeah.
And so we aimed for the goals to get, we need better batting, because there's a chart, I need to find it, that showcases, like, I think I sent it over here, and I'll post it I posted it in our chat before, I'll post it again now. But it shows the Firefighters batting compared to everyone else in the league. And God is my witness, it's not fucking good.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
No.
Buddy.
Our batting base runnings over here. Most of those batting stars, by the way, are on our pitchers. That's not where they should be.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh boy.
And we too didn't receive any blessings, but that does not mean we weren't affected by them. The Spies, our lovely friends at the Houston Spies, did deliver unto us the worst player in the league, which is still miles better than any of our batters. They brought our total star total up.
Wow. Hmm.
Shoutouts to the spies.
Yeah.
Congrats to Shaquille Torres.
Yeah.
They pulled out of death in the black hole onto the Chicago firefighters.
My God.
It hurts so bad. It doesn't.
In case you wanted another graph of how bad Chicago's offense is,
I would love one.
I just found this one that Cabbage made for the Mints, showcasing the league average batting averages and the
boy.
batting average for every team. And
Good.
Chicago is not quite at the bottom of every single graph.
The highest y'all are is third from the bottom on one of them.
Yeah,
on-base
third from the bottom on base percent.
Because
Yeah.
we keep hitting doubles, and then we leave players out there to fucking die.
Yep.
I don't know if there's spikes on second base or what.
Who can say?
Here's the thing I will note is I have a hit out on Parker Pereira. That is just true.
Yep.
If I see her, it is on sight. But Nerd Pacheco, fantastic. That man is everywhere on defense. If you see a ball go up, it is likely going to be caught by Nerd, and I love him for that. I would also like to give a anti-shout out to Ralph Vincent, who I believe is the actual worst batter in the league. If some numbers are meant to be true, but he wasn't our worst enough player to get targeted by worst blessings. They would have They would have targeted Nerd, our best on defense, and so we couldn't go for any of those.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's really rough, bud.
No win scenario.
Some of us voted for relegation because we were like, start it over.
Just roll it again. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, third worst batter in the league, Ralph Vincent. RV can take that thing to the nearest park and stay there for all I care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do believe the Tacos have two batters worse than you, but the rest of them are somehow cobbling something together.
It's Nigel Candy and Pernalego Al-Wazir.
Yep.
Oh, I suffer every day for my love of sports. But that brings us now to our finals matchup. We want to talk about the finals and the teams that did well in that. The Wild Wings versus the Shoe Thieves. Let me start by saying my theory that the Shoe Thieves are harbingers of death and decay in baseball.
You were correct.
When they win, when they win a tournament, it yields only bad things.
Same as it ever was.
Yeah, no kidding.
They were there for day X. They were there and immediately got cursed. And they were there now. The book is back open. Anastasia, not a robot, is dead. Anastasia is a robot, is dead. Rest in peace to another one from Chicago, our original Shadows. Player from our original Shadows. There was a moment when I truly thought that Redistribute might go through. And if the Shoe Thieves snuck into a win and then got redistributed after getting a win last time and getting cursed immediately, it would have both been depressing and the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It absolutely would have.
Yeah.
And they also absolutely would have just run it back and won again the next time, too, with a brand new team. Just how that works.
It would have been really fitting, considering everyone was expecting the Wild Wings to take this.
Yep.
And so it would be yet another instance of the Shoe Thieves causing an upset and then taking the bullet for the team that was thought to win.
Yeah.
Yep.
I went through and I built I'm going to put it on screen right now. I built a redistributor in Google Sheets to show like what could a possible redistribute the wealth look like. And I had the Wild Wings pre-filled here to be like, oh, who does it go to? And where does it go? This is actually the wrong sheet. Don't click that one. That's actually I named them differently. This one doesn't have the if-then statements that I need. I need just redistributor, not redistributor baseball.
Shout outs to Google Sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you knowing how to use the formulas.
Friend of the show.
I love a formula. I should have learned the
Google
code.
Sheets.
Hey, I need access.
I'm opening up the doors. Hold on. Knock, knock.
Let me in.
Let me in.
Stop having it be closed.
And actually, ironically, the only team that routinely breaks this spreadsheet is the Shoe Thieves.
Oh my God, you're right.
Every other team works correctly. But the Shoe Thieves, if a Shoe Thief comes up and has a chance to break the formula, but like more often than not, it has the opportunity. Redistribute had the opportunity to give like the same result in stars, which I thought was negligible difference. Like it would make them weaker, but not by enough to make a major difference.
If it's sending back random players, there's a possibility. I feel like we can't deny the possibility that they would intentionally try and send back the worst players on every team, and then you would truly have a
that is
prime targets for relegation.
That would be so funny.
That would be so funny.
The worst player on every team for the players on the shoot thieves. Oh my god! Did anyone watch that last game against the Wild Wings?
Oh my god! What a game!
Incredible game.
Do you want to go over the important notes of the thing that happened there? The magic that happened there to the Wild Wings several times.
Which thing are you talking about?
I'm talking about when one of their star players was taken the fuck out from space.
It's just like dead.
You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
The Wild Wings, for those of you that don't know, had a player fall from the sky and crush, I believe, their best batter. Is that true?
Not just their best batter, but arguably the best batter in the whole league. And Fletcher Peck
got replaced by a shittier batter.
Much shittier.
Yeah.
But they switched that back in the election, kinda. So like, I don't feel too bad.
Oh, did they really?
Right
They were able to get Fletcher out.
Yeah, they didn't get Fletcher out. They got James Boy, who had been squashed earlier in the season and is only this much worse than Fletcher. Possibly number 2 batter in the league, maybe number 3.
Okay. That's good. That's good for them. I'm happy for them.
Yep. A little bit of a band-aid for their
woes.
Whole situation.
Doesn't change the fact that Anastasia is a robot is dead. Did get Jalen
number 1 pitcher of the league.
Oh, that was
Riley.
No, you don't like that turn of phrase? Do you think the Wings have a chance next year? Like, has enough damage been done that they are no longer going to be the sweeping victor that they were this year?
I think they have a chance next year. I don't think it's, the ridiculous chance they had this year. But I think it's pretty good. I think they could. I think we'll see them in the postseason for sure. I think they'll probably get past at least one round, if not to the finals again.
Yeah, I don't see it being another 78-12, but I think probably closer to a more reasonable number.
Yeah.
They did get redistributed.
Yeah.
In spirit.
Yeah.
In spirit.
Slight redistribution.
Yeah.
And Shoe Thieves. Does anyone have any thoughts on the Shoe Thieves specifically?
Derek Kruger.
I think the Shoe Thieves have only gotten better.
They did get Derek, didn't they?
They did. They did win the blessing for Steel Best Pitcher, which was Derek Kruger, noted dead guy and person in the black hole.
Noted dead guy and Martin last name Blorbo.
Who notably did first appear in the season 1 elections of the Blaseball Beta because he is who replaced Jalen Hot Dog Fingers.
It is happening again.
He replaced as an incredibly shitty pitcher. So for him to once again be back, season 1 elections.
God.
But this time he's the best pitcher in the league. I can't imagine what that does to an ego.
Yeah, right.
He's going to be playing out of his goddamn mind. He's going to be amazing.
I'm going to make a long
poetry. Shot. It rhymes.
I'm going to make a long shot call. I think that the Shoe Thieves are going to get to round 1 of the postseason and get taken out.
Okay.
Whoa.
I do not think that they have the stats to go all the way, and I do not think that the dice are going to fall in their favor this time.
I am looking at their stats right here. I'm pulling them up on the screen, and they do have that 2.6, 2.5, 2.8, 2.5, nothing over 5. How did they make it this deep this time? True.
Well, you said it yourself. defense.
Yeah.
And
Defense and lucky plays, you know?
yeah.
And you can't get by on lucky plays alone. And I mean, they have the arguably the best pitcher now, the best pitcher, I believe it is. Pitching doesn't win games, hitting wins games. Pitching stops losing, but you got to have something on the batting.
He can stem the
But they
bleeding.
do have one of the probably best defenders in the league, who in my opinion is the MVP of the postseason, Penelope Berkowitz, who if you are aware of the kind of hypothesized outfielding positions that people have been able to pull from the metadata, basically has a third of the Shoe Thief Stadium to themselves, and has some of the strongest defense stats in the league. So
I'm looking at them right now. They are not a player to be trifled with. I wonder, are those field positions up on Chartographer, or are they down?
They are up on Chartographer. Yeah.
Let me see here. Shoot these.
I just sent it to the chat.
Thank you. Open image.
Interesting.
Wow. No, yeah, she is alone
Yeah.
in that center field.
Yep.
Hey, I'm still sticking with my point. 2 players does not make a team.
You're right.
And 1 pitcher does not make a
players-
lineup.
You're very right there.
Yeah.
And I think all you really need to do is start hitting it towards some of the worst defenders. And then you could really have the Shoe Thieves number.
Mm-hmm. I'm moving us on to our next chunk, which is the LVP of the season, the least valuable player, the motherfucker who sucked the most. To which I wanted to hold up Parker Parra here,
Yeah.
and hold her up and say I hate you, because I watched her walk in a run. In that first day, load the bases with walks, and then just keep them coming like a revolving door. And I remember sitting there going, I hate them.
That's kind of the kind of
They
pitching
have
you see
always
in the
been-
softball league that I do recreationally.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have always been a much better batter than they are a pitcher, as we saw in the Blaseball Beta and Gamma when Parker accidentally ended up as a pitcher on the Boston Flowers and was just as bad as they are now.
I hate. They're still not even a good bat. They're a worse batter than they are pitcher here, but their vibes are
Oh,
stars.
no.
Their vibes
At
are
least they
horrible.
have vibes.
Yeah.
Well, if their vibes are good, then
No, that's important.
Does anyone else have an LVP recommendation?
I mean, I already mentioned Blimp.
That's true. We got Parker, we got Blimp.
Yeah. I mean, while we're talking individual team opinions on players, I would like to shout out the Breathmints Jesse Treadwell, who has a stunning 116 batting average, and can't field to save their goddamn life.
They're trying, but it's not enough. All right.
Yeah. No.
Pretty far
There's
south
a
of
reason
the
we
shredded
really want to
Mendoza
see
line.
You know what? I would say another LVP this season is Edric Tosser of the Miami Dolly,
Ooh.
whose batting average is abysmal.
They alted him again, didn't they?
They did indeed alt Edric. Edric is potentially the most alted player in Blaseball history.
How many times are they gonna mix up that man's guts? How
You
many
know-
times are they gonna put him in
I
a
think
blender?
Edric was alted at least 3 times from the start of
Yeah.
Blaseball.
Maybe they'll get it right eventually, probably.
It's still
You
not
can never say that. Remember Wyatt Glover?
Yeah.
You can never say they'll get it right eventually.
Whoever who they
You're right.
Scrumbled. All in one fucking. Oh my god.
Worse every time.
Oh man.
It's one of those things that we say in the firefighter planning chat, which is it's always possible to randomize worst. Like you could randomize worse than you are. So be careful. That and it's possible to boost a corpse. Joshua Butt, hello. All right.
There might be one player with a batting average worse than Edric Tosser.
Is it Ralph
I
Vincent?
think
It might be.
I think Pernalongo Alwazier of the LA Tacos is has a slightly worse batting average at 0.08.
Yep, that's the worst one.
Oh wait,
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Edwards is
Negative
0.09.
20 on OPS plus,
Oh,
which
good.
goes from a scale of 0 to 100, or
0 to-
above if you're really good. Yeah.
Hold the phone there.
So 100 is the average, and then as you get better, you get higher. No one gets to negatives except for Pernalongo.
Shout out, put a gold star for him on the board.
Yeah,
Top team.
absolutely.
You tried, buddy.
Is that a new player or is that a transplant from another team during fall ball?
That's a great question.
It doesn't truly matter, so don't worry.
It is. I believe they were a shadow. Oh no, I think they are new.
They're brand new. To come onto the field
Yeah.
and be the worst at something, that's beautiful
Yeah.
for your first season ever. To be the
Making a name for
Existence,
themselves.
brand new league,
oh.
surrounded by all these vets, and yeah.
So I moved the question on to a positive note. MVP. Who is your personal? Who's a player that you saw and you were like, this guy right here? I can open up with this because we played the Spies multiple times, and the Spies have an awful man by the name of Terrell Bradley, and Terrell Bradley's everywhere on the field. I don't know how he does it. He's literally everywhere. You can't escape him. He's always catching whatever ball is there. He's always stopping something. I hate him so much. They ulted him, and somehow he still got better. We were like, thank God Terrell has eaten shit. And he came back like, nuh-uh.
On a very, very similar note, I want to give a similar shout out to Tad Seath of the Canada Moist Talkers, who, no matter where you hit it on the field, no matter how hard you hit it, will be there to pick it up and scoop it and tag you out.
The Moist Talkers with 33 and 57. It is wild, actually. I don't want to diverge too much right now, but like looking at the divisions and looking at the fact that like the Moist Talkers went 33 and 57 and are still like fourth in their division against like the awful leagues, like they would be losing Chaotic Evil just above the Tokyo League.
Yep.
Actually, yes, let's diverge a little bit. I'm stopping the timer.
Oh,
Oh,
oh man. Oh God.
Forgot to put it on my timer.
Oh,
they've gone mad with power.
oh God.
Do you, Time Warp, you had something to say about this, right? You had notes.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about a little bit about league disparity and how, pretty much any team in Chaotic Good would be having a firefighter's performance in over an evil. Maybe not quite a firefighter's performance, but oh boy. I think the Kansas City Breathmints, if we were over an evil, would barely be scraping the 50 line.
Is this a sign that like the leagues already kind of need to be shuffled again? Or is this just something that will iron itself out in the wash, do you think?
I think it'll iron itself out. Just given
that's-
how many losing teams we have in Chaotic Good, I think it's more likely that Good starts to balance out and get a little better. Without party time, it's hard to have that strong kind of bounce back.
God, I want party time.
Party time is why there was stat creep, which is why we had such monster players.
But
I think we need a better solution than party time.
on the other hand,
On the other hand, the Chicago firefighters.
Please
Make
help
bad,
me.
make bad player good, please. Thank you.
thank you. I would like the turd to be polished if at all possible.
Yeah, I feel like the overtime, like just a lot of these teams, I feel like targeting specific blessings could possibly help kind of iron that stuff out on its own. And there is also just, sometimes there's that random one person that votes against the grain on a good team that just throws the entire thing down the drain for a good team. That's all still within the realm of possibility. So I don't think that it's really kind of necessary for a huge shakeup right now, because I have a feeling that I think the technical term is more bullshit is probably on the horizon.
If we compare this, what was the first season 2 like? Because it was all eclipse weather. Am I right about that? I was there. If I remember, yes, I am right about that. I can say
so.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something like 40 players got incinerated.
Yeah.
We might not have the same team at the end of the next
Right. People are going to die.
Well, I mean, the Forbidden Book did more this time than just incinerate. Is a robot.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it cursed some players.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was
Yes.
It broke the jazz hands.
broken
Ridge Jazz hands.
Last time it opened, it did sink
Moab.
the Moab Desert into the Hellmouth.
That is true.
Yes. Yes, one player was alternated by the book, one player was cursed by the book, and one player has embarked on a side quest in the shadows.
Yeah, I know the lovers are kind of miffed that that player is knighted when we have the whole medieval shit going.
Yeah.
But we're not bitter about that.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Listen,
I hope they find the
Deathmints
Holy
didn't
Grail,
get the
whatever.
first incineration this time, so
That's true. Yeah, I'm good with that.
He's like,
yeah.
I have had a
You can incinerate Jesse.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have had a theory presented to me about incinerations,
Mhm.
and I would like to present it to you all right here. It has been brought up to me that in some of the trailers for Blaseball and some of the videos that they played beforehand from the game band, they talked about explosions instead of incinerations. I would like to bring to your attention the fact that we now have positions on the field. I would like to bring to your attention the idea of an area of an effect attack. Or splash
Okay.
damage.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And suddenly, I look at some of these, closely jumbled teams, and I go, uh-oh. They might get exploded.
Yeah.
What, the mechanics having 4 players all standing in a straight line doesn't sound great to you?
Yeah. Is it a cone? Is it a beam? Is it a square? What are we looking at?
Yeah.
We'll just have to find out.
We'll have to
Yeah.
find out. That's
Yeah.
fucking true.
I am interested to see what bonus flavor text we start getting with the incineration, since it
Me too.
really
Yeah.
emphasized that the umps will be enforcing the rules of play.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I can't wait for us to start seeing if the umps are making bad calls or not, or
Yeah.
I hope that those 4 umps have specific names so I could be like, fucking Crawford's refereeing this match.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
damn it.
Names and stats, this
That would kick
bum
ass,
loves
actually.
a big strike zone.
Yeah.
We can have
that
MVU
rules.
and LVU.
Yes.
Most of
Yes.
the ump.
Ump bias.
If they gave the umps bias, if
That
they're like,
would
we can
kick
make it
so much
interesting
ass.
so they kill your best player.
Oh
and
my
you knew
God,
that
dude.
The red guy's the one who did that? That would be insane.
What better motivation for fighting gods? Let's be real.
That's true. That's true.
Let's actually talk about so before the elections, the umps came out and they announced that there is a golden tournament to find a new ace for the mount. The fuck?
Tournament arc.
It is a tournament arc.
Yeah. Love a tournament arc.
How do we all feel about what do we vote for as decrees if we want to divulge that? I was a redistribute.
I was also
redistribute sicko from day one.
Oh, I voted for the book. Are you kidding me?
I voted for the book.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I wanted Carnage.
Yeah. No. I want to just throw a match in the room and just walk out.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what
not-
I'm here for.
I'm wearing
not
a
displeased.
ghost crab lapel pin for
Right.
a reason.
Godspeed.
I'm not displeased that the book was open, but I did kind of want the redistribution to continue going forward because I think that it's an interesting auto balance mechanic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Pretty sure it'll get offered as a
Yeah.
decree again, because the other decrees from the original season 1 also eventually got offered up again as well.
Mhm.
Yep.
it would have been
I'm
interesting. It would have been interesting to see what the next season would have looked like if the book never got opened.
Yes, that's kind of what I
yeah.
was. Is as
But also, like, you can't just dangle that in front of somebody and expect them not to press the big button.
Yeah.
As a
new players.
as a notorious button presser, you can't do that and like expect anything else to happen. IMO.
I got followed back around to the book when somebody reminded me of the time when snack meta was going on for money, and like I was one slot Sundays and waking up the night that York Silk died to $360,000 in my pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
I do miss incinerations. You're right.
Yeah. Turns out this kicks ass.
How do we feel about the current layout of the economy? How do we feel about $20 max bet, the bet all the way out as far as you can? How are our guts about that?
I wish I could
like
bet higher, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you compare it to the kind of old situation, it's not actually so far off from the first few original seasons when bets were 100 and you could bet, I think, 200 at a time per game.
Yeah.
So this is just scaling it up for the new $10, 10 chip votes. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I wish there was a little more for me to do. I would like a fishing mini game or something.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yes.
That'd be great. Love that.
I do want.
I am a big fan of being able to schedule the bets though. Like
Yes.
huge fan of that. Like that's such a nice change because like I am not able to check games a lot while I am at work during the day. But I can just like hop on my computer like on my lunch break, or I can just like, hop on in the morning and just be like, all right, here's a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
maybe get it back, probably not, and then just check in on stuff later. That's very nice.
Agreed.
I want something passive, but I do appreciate being able to settle my votes in the morning and call it a day.
Yeah.
The thing about passive that being nice is that it made me focus on players more specifically, right?
Yeah.
Like I knew what pitchers were more likely to get a no runs allowed. I knew who those fuckers were, and that made me focus on like Juice Collins and shit like that. And I want that. The new flavor text does a lot to give the player's character, and I like that. But I want something that makes me invested in them.
Yep.
Yeah, and I know they mentioned they were doing a mobile app, which I'm very excited for that to come out, so I don't have to be tied to a computer to check stuff.
Yes.
But that takes time. So.
All right, then I am moving us on to our next chunk here. In memoriam.
Guys.
Wait, Riley, since we stopped MVPs
Oh yes,
to go on a tangent,
I'm going back to
I would like
MVPs. Sorry, I got so distracted.
is okay. I would simply like to do a shout out to Henry Marshmallow for hitting what I believe was the first grand slam of the
is
season.
true.
Yes.
My little man.
We love Hank. Another one of Martin's funny dead guys come back to life.
I know it's one of Marn's funny dead guys, but Henry Marcella will always be the little marshmallow with a smiley face. And that's just who he is in my heart. In my heart.
You're correct. You're
I
correct.
love Hank.
Yeah.
Really, Martin last name is kind of the big winner of season one.
Honestly,
Martin
That's
even
the
more.
MVP
Yeah,
of
Martin is the
season one.
MVP for sure.
Because notable former Baltimore Crab, Lorcan Smott, has the best percentage of
boy.
fielded outs. They don't go for the outs very often, but they do catch basically everything.
That is
I
the
love
secret of it. Is
Lorcan.
you have to just go for fights you're gonna win.
Yep.
Hey, you know what that is? It's fucking smart. Did anyone else have an MVP?
All good.
I do want to shout out Stretch Sutton, home run leader.
Yeah,
yet again.
we should shout him out.
Yep.
Yep.
Is that Sutton Dreamy? Sutton Bishop.
No, it's Stretch Sutton. They're
Stretch Sutton. There's so many of these fuckers.
Yeah. You just like turn on the lights and they just scatter and they just run to different teams. It's wild.
Sun's
Dude.
running to
It's
and from.
absolutely what exactly.
Well, then, in that case, in memoriam. This segment is gonna be long next week.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
After next season, we will be
We need to come up with like a bit to be doing in the background. We have to start like
Yeah.
playing cards.
Yeah. All of us just like playing Go Fish or something.
Oh my
You're
god!
gonna have to do it like how Jenny Nicholson does her Patreon crawl, where it just flies past.
That's also really funny. Just too many people. Just okay, we're back.
Rest in peace. Thank God.
Violence.
You're right.
Yeah, rest in violence.
I incinerated Landry.
So it's been a tough season in Chicago.
Finally,
Yeah,
I'm here on next.
the in memoriam for this week can just be for the Chicago firefighters.
Yeah, no, I'll
this
put
season.
Anastasia
Yeah.
is a robot. The Chicago firefighters' hopes and dreams. We are now on to next season expectations. And then I want to know, like, coming out of the blessings, how do you feel? Coming into next season, how do you feel? And what do you expect to see? Outside of
Death?
bloodshed.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of that. Yeah.
Bloodshed.
Yeah. Better be.
They're fucking better.
With the blessings, I really think the Boston Flowers might suddenly pull through.
Really?
They got the team boost. They are better by half a star in every single category.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah.
Look
So
at them.
I think, I don't know if they'll win. But I bet they can make a run for the playoffs.
Yeah. I could for sure see them, if not getting in, but like just barely missing it for sure.
Yep.
They-
Unlike this season's performance.
Correct.
They look fucking scary. I am personally afraid of Broken Ridge Jazz Hands because they still have the rogue modifier.
Yeah.
And we don't really
Yep.
know what that means, but we do know rogue umpires do kill. So I'm scared of them in that way.
So am I. I'm also scared because their pitching rotation all got +1 star.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's not
Yeah.
good because I see Rusty and Waldo here both have 2 stars. So that means
Oh no.
that can only mean they started
On a similar note, the already offensively fantastic Sunbeams have just
Yeah,
added another
yeah.
star.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that Sunbeams could go all the way.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that gives them just enough of a boost, and the fact that it's the whole team, you know.
Yeah. The whole team is really, because you need to chain those hits together.
I actually
The one thing that gives me pause with the Sunbeams is that they did not fix their pitching in any way. I guess we'll see how much phenomenal batting and no pitching gets you next season.
I want to bring this up and show you this. Over the season, one of the firefighters, Laser Messiah, has been compiling data, and another firefighter, Toph, put it together of pitchers that Chicago has beaten. So these are the worst pitchers in the league as collected by a list
Great.
here. Including, I believe, Anastasia is a robot, did lose to the Chicago firefighters. We have all these wonderful little graphs here showing just the stats that each team exceeds at. And I wanted to see if the Sunbeams were on here, but they aren't, unfortunately, which
Yeah.
means they will
Yeah.
probably let Hulkamania run wild. Yeah, it's Jake Jackson Buxley, Scoopert Toast, Randy Dennis, Washer Braz, Kathy Matthews, Anastasia is a robot, Archie Lampman, WPS
Wow.
Case Lancaster.
Oh,
Amos
Mooney
Melvin.
Doctor 2.
Yep. It's Juice Collins.
Tooney.
Look at that.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Lots of good stuff.
I am I am interested in the coming season to see what happens, because as we've been seeing, funny dead guys are back.
Mhm.
And they have the entrenched mod.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now we have a pitcher with the entrenched mod with Eclipses about to come back. Now there's no debt in play yet, but I am interested to see if entrenched plays into that somehow,
Yeah.
given past experiences.
Kill them again, no problem.
It's Derek's turn.
Okay, Derek.
But like Shaquille Torres also has the entrenched mod.
I would love it
So-
if that did something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's also,
Yeah.
isn't there a player on the Tigers or something who has a stat called can't lose?
Yes, Zephyr McLeod, who was cursed with can't lose. So
So
We'll
let's
see
see
what
how
that
that works
means.
out.
Yeah, this player
Yeah.
cannot lose. Let me blow this up.
I know some people are thinking it means it's going to work for the team or make him go into the shadows. I think it's going to be a new form of feedback. I think he's
that
going to
could be,
feedback
yeah.
onto whichever team
Yep.
wins the game.
I think he's about to go on a
Interesting.
Yeah,
little
that would make
man
sense.
adventure here.
either that or they
five-star
explode
batter.
when the team loses.
Mother of
That's the other option.
God. He's 5 stars.
Jesus Christ.
Natural roll. And yet the Tigers are in competition for worst in the league. So
You feel hand in
Happens.
unlovable hand, my beloved. Well,
paw in unlovable firefighting glove.
does anybody have any other thoughts as we make our way out of the show here today?
I think
Go ahead, Claudia.
Sorry. I was thinking for my own lovers, I think that we are going to have, in some ways, a worse season than our first season. But I think it's because we are going to have 5 players incinerated.
Oh!
But
Do we want to do this? Do we want to do over unders on team?
Ooh.
yeah, I'm putting out a blind call here. 5 players incinerated. 3 of them are replaced with better players.
I am ecstatic to find out. I'm hoping for 4 firefighters dead, and I hope that they are replaced. Fuck it with worse people. I hope they suck.
Like at this point, y'all have a brand. You gotta lean
I
into
want
it.
single digit wins.
Listen, somebody has to be the Cleveland Browns.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
want to be Cleveland.
You best start believing in Cleveland. All
You're
right.
in one. Anyone else have a bet for how many players in your team are going to personally meet the Lord?
I know all the crabs
I think
are very
3
much
mints are gonna
hoping
bite
for
it.
Parker McMillan specifically.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
the funniest option.
Every crab
That's so
but Parker
funny.
die or Parker dies.
I feel
the
like both are
Vince-
very funny. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's very
either
good.
option is very
yeah,
funny.
those are both great.
Just
Yep.
telephone.
Jessica almost got
Ooh.
yeeted. I know an individual who flew into the flowers to spend 300 votes on Yeet to try to send Jess back.
Yep. Yep.
And Godspeed to
Oh,
them.
man.
Didn't work, but
Yeah.
Can't wait until we
one-
get the first ability of the season.
Yep.
that's already
haven't
happened.
followed
The
Jess
spies
on
had 5
Instagram.
recorded votes. 5 recorded votes on strike 0.
Well, Chicago
Wow.
really is the Wimpy City then.
Yeah.
One last incineration prediction, because the Mints have a long history of incinerating our
Boy,
leadoff
do
batters.
we. Yeah.
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 So, Gian Jasper, I love you. I do not think you're long for this world.
I firmly believe that any player that any of us really get attached to, just their time is like soon. You know,
They're
yeah.
like, I'm one day from retirement.
Exactly. It is 100% that. Like they absolutely are like about to retire and they're just going on just one more game with their friend who's a pitcher. You know, there's like, we're gonna have this really good time. Everything's great. We're gonna do this. And then it's all just green. And then they just fucking die. That's the Breath Mints experience.
Yep. Yep.
I hate it here.
Do we Does anyone have? Do we still see Horizon next season? I'm still going to refer to it as a year. Fuck it, next year.
Yeah.
We definitely still have the Horizon. We have more players falling. I think we're alternating Horizon games and Eclipse games next season.
I'm going to make a call shot. I think there's going to be 2 other new things because there were 4 umps. So I'm guessing it's going to be Horizon, Incinerations, and then whatever other horrors the league feels like throwing at us.
There's a little bit that we can do here because the Blaseball main chord still has some custom emojis. They got rid of all the weather emojis except for Eclipse, Blood Drain, and Black Hole. And those are the 3 that still are there. So I bet Blood Drain comes back. I bet Eclipse is here, and I bet Horizon's here. But does Black Hole come back as well? If it does, do I remember right that Black Hole could lead the firefighters to victory?
You are right.
That would be the single best thing in the world if that ever fucking happened. Oh my god.
Turn tables, baby.
That would rule.
Well, I won't burst your bubble by remembering how Black Hole works, so I'll just say, yeah, you might have a good record coming out from that.
Yeah.
You have a chance.
Yeah. It's
Give
non-zero.
up enough runs, you have a chance.
It's a non-zero chance.
We will give up enough runs. Are you kidding me? Nerds
Yeah, it's if they give up enough runs and then stop at the right time.
I like that this show just turned into Bully Riley.
That's Chicago,
pretty good.
baby. That's all we have.
That's the Chicago way.
I'm interested to see how they play into the phrase "the coronation era" a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think that's very cool.
Killed Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm so curious whether they did this. They chose this whole thing before or after Queen Elizabeth died.
I like because whenever you like think of a coronation, you have like there's like obviously a big audience involved. It's like one of the first things that kind of jumps to my mind. So like I wonder if like we were talking earlier, maybe there's like the like ump bias type thing. What if there is some sort of like umpires are, you know, they understand what the crowd wants more than the game should be played correctly or something like that. Like that's a very interesting idea. I'm really excited to see, I guess, what the hell happens with that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that pitch.
Into that.
Anyone else have ideas here?
I think it has something to do with the questing or the knightedness that one player.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it has something to do with that.
Sure.
I don't know. That's just my one guess.
I mean, it also has to do with the tournament. I'm assuming whoever ends up winning the tournament is getting crowned. That's crowned the new ace. That is your coronation.
A notarized, an official document, golden record, which needs to be notarized, which means that Parker Macmillan, known notary, can do this. I assume this is my thought for what that tournament is that it is trying to find who's going to lead the mound, and that's going to be the leader of this era, right? So that's who the coin was in the past, the peanut. We have Namrafete in the field.
Namarafet? Yeah.
Yes. I've never said that word out loud, so I just swung. We got them as potential. We have
You're doing amazing, Riley. Keep going.
Do we have anyone else? Any other like deities in motion at the moment?
I feel like I can't wait to see more with the monitor because I like that he looks quilted, but also he's red now, and quilted could also look like peanut shell.
You are right.
I'm really hoping for the monitor's villain era,
and he did eat the peanut.
We have the monitor's villain.
That is true.
Absolutely.
I think Binky's got some indigestion happening.
Oh, he's a Majin Buu. He ate him.
He ate him, dude.
Blinky, eat you up.
I'm interested to know what a golden record is defined as, because whenever the Shoe Thieves won, Parker said that the title of season 1 champion with a golden record of 65-25 and all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So I don't know if it is something that you get a golden record if you win, or if you like get a golden record if you reach a certain record, and then that is just something that like once you are notarized, then that like gives you entry into whatever the fuck this tournament is.
Is it a scoregami
I
thing?
My
think-
guess
Exactly.
Can nobody else have that record anymore?
I don't know.
That could
My
be it. I
hypothesis
think-
is definitely win the championship,
Mm.
but then This is a deep pull,
Yeah.
but the Voyager spacecrafts
Mhm.
had golden records on them to talk to aliens,
Okay.
and I'm wondering if like a version of the team has been preserved in some way to pop
Oh,
back
that's
up
a good
when
pull,
it's time
yeah.
for the tournament.
Oh.
Okay.
So you have your championship
this.
winning team, not the 3 seasons of incineration version that we'll get when the championship happens.
I think
Yeah,
it'll be a combination
tournament
of
happens.
that, and then you also get the golden record because what got notarized as like the golden record was their wins to losses for the season.
Mhm.
Yep.
I think you have to keep like improving the wins to losses to get a golden record.
You have to have a better. So if the Wild Wings won this year, then it's like no more golden records for you, buddy. You ain't doing that again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god damn.
Hmm.
Claudia, do you have any takes or thoughts on what we're on our current subject here?
I honestly don't.
God fucking speed.
Great.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, right approach. Trying to predict baseball is a fool's game.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
true. But
Hey,
that's
I
why
already
we're
made
here.
my huge cold
Yeah.
shot with number of incinerations. I'm
That's
staying
true,
at
yeah.
the golden record.
Well, with that, I think I'm going to bring this episode of Round the Blazes to a close. I thank you all so much for joining. Let's take a quick second here and let's recap who we are, where we're from, and what we do. Let me start by throwing in the reverse order. Claudia, wrong direction. Claudia.
What do you mean by where we're from? From like our baseball team?
the fuck about
Our-
what we
our
do?
podcast?
How you found this?
Are you on a place called Moonshot?
Oh yeah, that thing. Hi, I'm Claudia. I use she, her, or plural they, them pronouns. I am with the Moonshot Network. I have a podcast called the Three Little Words Podcast. We read and rank romance novels on steaminess, dreaminess, and meaniness. You can find me on Twitter at punkdyke, PUNKDYKE. I can't believe nobody had that at.
Yeah, that's kind of wild,
It is very
actually.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
You got to hop on co-host and get that before anyone else.
Yeah, like immediately.
Oh, I did.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
And then Cam.
Hello, hi. I'm Cam. I use he, him. You can find me over at the Some Good Shows Podcast Network. We have a bunch of silly little variety shows, just a small little 4-man team, just kind of doing kind of whatever the hell we want, really. Got a show about making fake video games called The Video Game Robot Show. We've got a show called Hamburglore that gets weirdly kind of similar to Blaseball in terms of strange accidental horror shit, which is kind of fun. It's just like it's supposed to be a corporate mascot lore podcast, but it, we
Hamburglore is one of my
have.
favorite podcasts of all time, and I need that
Thank
to be
you,
known.
thank you.
I need-
Thank you. The episode we did with Riley is one of my favorite things we've ever recorded.
I
horrifying.
still follow Garfield Eats.
Yeah. Oh man. And then we also have a show called The Big Three, which is a My Hero Academia and general anime rewatch podcast. It's pretty cool. Go check that out. And then one more show we have the MCU Thoughtcast, which is my girlfriend Audrey and our friend Pilnock watching the MCU for the first time and them subjecting themselves to that. But I'm on Twitter at the Camdyman, CHEKAMDYMAN, and that pretty much everything is there. So
And then cutting to Time Warp.
Hey, I am Time Warp. You can find me on Twitter at mtimewarp, though I'm using Twitter much, much less. And you can find, more importantly, my Bandcamp at wedidthetimewarpagain.bandcamp.com. I'm also at We Did the Time Warp Again on co-host, but with dashes in between every word because I love inconsistent branding.
Hell yeah. Emma?
I'm Emma. I'm part of the Moonshot Network. So you can find me on the podcast Dead Teen House Party, which is a recap analysis podcast, slasher TV shows and movie series.
So good.
I loved it.
Thank you. We've got season 2 in the works right now, so that'll be coming out soon. I've got another show that hasn't been announced with Moonshot yet that we're working on, so keep your ears out. You can find me on Twitter at EmmettSCA. That's EMATSCA. And you can find me in the Crabs Discord server if you want to listen to live Blaseball broadcasts.
And finally, I am Riley. My pronouns are he and they. Rev Rybread on Twitter, co-host Tumblr, anywhere that matters. I do podcasts such as the Podcast Minds, There But For the Grace of Pod Go We, Riley Hopkins, and their amazing friends. Never Believe It, and many, many more. But you can find me most of all, here on Twitch at Moonshot, where you can see more wonderful streams. Check out the Dunk Tank. Check out the oncoming moon landing. Anything else. There's so much in the works, and we want you to be aware of it. So thank you. And with that, let's go. I don't have a sign off. I don't know. I can't remember how ESPN stuff just kind of becomes another thing at some point.
Yeah. Do we just cut to an ad at this point?
I guess so.
I
guess so.
That's the game.
Yeah, that's the game. Yeah.
But no.